Assalamu alaikum, Sister Marissa. I am going to do our interview right now. So I want to thank you, and I salute your efforts to use the raw milk as a fundraising activity to support the education of our children. It shows me that the milk has other uses than the ones that I know about. So thank you, and may Allah bless you with success in your efforts. Your first question is, where did you first learn about raw milk? I guess the actual answer to that is from my mother. All babies who are nursed by their mothers have an experience with raw milk. The Creator set it up that way so that when we come into the world, our first food and our best food, the food that is specifically designed to build a strong, healthy, vibrant body, is raw milk. And humans, because we have learned the cultivation of cattle, we can continue to consume raw milk all our lives. And if we do that, then we are actually giving our bodies the very best food that exists anywhere on this planet. Actually, I drank milk as a young child. In fact, at the age of about 8 or 9 in 4th grade, I actually had the idea that I should live on milk. And I tried to do that, but I got so bothered by gas and cramps that I abandoned that. And later on, I concluded that I was lactose intolerant. It turns out that I was reintroduced to raw milk under mysterious circumstances. I was at the clinic in Washington, D.C. I went to see the patient. Before I did, I stopped off at the consulting office. There on a chair in front of my desk was an ice chest, and in the ice chest was a gallon of milk. I said, where did that come from? So I went to see the patient. It was a brother named Frederick from Fredericksburg, Virginia. And the first thing he said is, you see, I brought that milk for you. I said, oh, you brought that. I said, why did you do that? He said, because you asked me to. I said, brother, you must be mistaken. I didn't ask you for any milk. He said, oh, yes, you did. I said, brother, I wouldn't do such a thing because I haven't drunk milk in 30 years. Why would I ask you to bring me something that I don't use? So anyhow, I went and saw him, took the milk home with me that night. My wife, mashallah, saw me bring a gallon of milk in the house, something she had never seen. She said, what are you doing with that milk? You don't drink milk. I said, I know I don't drink milk, but this patient brought this to the office and said I asked for it. The fact of it was I had never actually tried raw cow's milk. And so I said, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to try it and see if there's any difference. And I told her, I said, if the experiment doesn't work out, and it'll get gassy in here tonight. So you're warned. And so the experiment did work out. It worked out fine. I drank about 4 ounces of the milk that night. The next day, maybe 6 ounces, and I gradually increased the amount and leveled out at about 20 ounces of milk per day, where I stayed for a number of years. Your next question is, what made you decide to only consume raw milk? Well, what made me decide to only consume raw milk was at Savior's Day, 2009. I was at the hotel and I tried the room service, which was terrible. It almost killed me. And so I called Brother Kareem, who runs the the milk program in Chicago, to see if he had any raw milk. He did. I bought enough milk to last the 4 or 5 days that I was going to be in Chicago. So that was sort of a forced experience, where it wasn't by my voluntary will that I was consuming only raw milk. At that point, I had no choice. By the time I finished Savior's Day, I was drinking about 40 to 60 ounces of raw milk every day. Got back home, I felt great, and I thought to myself, why stop now? It went so well, I liked it. The more I drank, the more I wanted to drink. So I just continued that. At the present time, I don't exclusively live on milk. I would say milk is about 75 or 80% of my diet. I'll drink on any typical day 40 ounces of raw milk. That's how I break my fast. Then, if I have a taste for some bean soup, I'll have a bowl of soup, or I'll have a salad, or I'll have some fruit, or whatever else I have a taste for. I'll make some eggs. But generally speaking, I would say 75 to 80% of what I consume on a daily basis is the raw milk, and it's great. Next question. What are the benefits of raw milk? Well, we could be here for 3 hours talking about the benefits of raw milk. I actually touched on something that everybody should give a second thought to. Why is it that the Creator makes sure that the first and only food for the baby is mother's milk, which is raw? And people who say that milk should be pasteurized, well, what about mother's milk? You want to boil that too? Some are crazy enough that they would say yes, it ought to be boiled. But let's look at food from a different angle, perhaps. What is food? Well, it's a lot of things, but one of the things that it is, it actually contains within it the component parts of a body. The body that you have and that I have is the result of the food that we ate, right? You've heard that expression. You are what you eat. I changed that a little bit. I say it, you are what you ate. So if you ate the right food, the best foods, then you have a really great body. If you ate junk food, then you have a junk body. It's just that simple. The body is a mechanism. It's more than a machine, but yet and still it's a moving, functioning mechanism. And things in the body, parts in the body, wear out or get used up. They have to be replaced. How do they get replaced? Through what we eat. Well, the milk is the only food that there is on this planet that contains all of the parts that it takes to have a body. So you could take an infant baby, start it out on a milk diet, and continue that milk diet until it reached adult maturity. It would need no other food. Any other food that it consumes is inferior to the milk. So there literally are many, many people on this planet who apparently were created to consume nothing but raw milk. That's it. And they get everything they need. And when they eat other types of food, they run into problems. They run into obesity problems. They run into diabetes and hypertension, heart disease, all kinds of problems simply because other foods are inferior to the high quality of the milk. The milk contains all the proteins, all of the fats, all of the minerals, all of the vitamins except vitamin D. It contains all of the major and minor and trace nutritional factors that are absolutely necessary to maintain and sustain life and to keep life at a high level of vitality and energy. And so if anyone cares to get more details about that, you can visit my blog, which is called Life Abundantly. And you can just Google that. It'll come up and you'll see numerous references on raw milk that has a breakdown of the nutritional factors that are found in the raw milk and the medicinal factors that are found in the raw milk. Because not only is milk the perfect food to build a strong, healthy body, milk contains medicinal properties that heal a body that has become sick. I was shocked to find out that what I had been using as a treatment for AIDS very successfully and other viral illnesses, something called alpha interferon, is actually found in the milk, along with gamma and beta interferon as well. So it's very medicinal. It's very healthy. It's very good. Try it. You'll love it. The final question is, how long have you been drinking raw milk? Well, I think I already answered that question. I've been drinking it since I was a baby. And then there was a big, wide gap of more than 30 years where I didn't drink any of it. And then I rediscovered the wonderful properties of raw milk, and I have been drinking it ever since. And I never intend to stop drinking it. In fact, I even travel with it. I learned how to pack it in my luggage. So when I get on a plane, when I check in my bags, there's a gallon of raw milk in my bags so that when I get on the other end, I've got some food to eat. People know, don't invite me to visit your city unless you have some raw milk. Otherwise, I'm not coming. I'm that serious about my food. So good luck with your program. I hope you raise a whole lot of money. I hope the school is very successful. And I hope that after you finish your fundraising campaign, you will realize there's no reason to stop drinking the raw milk. Enjoy.